You get a game, Karen.
Yay.
Golden Argio, carrot cake. Let's see. Was it Suyi? No, that's carrot cake. Carrot cake. That's when I got an email. So the first person that I can see is at 2:16 p.m. Let me check. Yep. Looks like Stephanie B. Muller. Is Stephanie here? Let's see. Because if I wrote back and said, you were the first to complete the ARG. Yes. Stephanie B. Muller. Are you here?
I don't think she's a student.
No, she is not a person from the other class, which got the 4 p.m. class some extra achievement points, right? So that's exciting. No, Stephanie. No, you didn't complete it all at the same time. Well, theoretically, but the first person to email me gets the prize. Okay. So let's go back to my inbox. Go back to Stephanie. The next person. Somebody named Alt McMahon, which I'm not sure is an actual person, but is an alternate.
Yep, that's one of my like 4 alt accounts.
Okay.
I have a lot of emails. I've lost track of them all.
Okay. So Spencer,
Yes.
if you can privately send me in the chat an email address, I will send you a game.
All right.
Let's see. What game am I going to send? Gift to a friend. Send an email. Okay, Spencer, with one of your many alts. Copy. Okay, you are now the proud owner. And remember, this is for some subset of Fabulous, aka maybe not Fabulous at all. But I don't know your tastes. You are now the proud owner of Override Mech City Brawl.
I mean, I'm already into it. I have no idea what it is.
I have no idea what it is either. Okay, wait. I need another one. So while I'm finding another game, maybe y'all 4 p.m. Or 3 p.m. players, who was your MVP? Who was the person who you thought just crushed the whole thing? Who was there all the time, who solved all the puzzles, who kept you all together, maybe who just cheerleaded you on? Nobody knows. Avery? Nick says Avery. Do I get a second? Oh, Liv says Nick. What does Avery say? Did Avery come? Avery or Nick? Tell you what, I'll give one to Avery and one to Nick. How's that? Send me, and no, Nick, you can't have Persona 4 Golden. But send me privately an email address, and I will send you a game. Don't need that one. Okay, send an email. Avery, you are now maybe Control V. Send email. You are now the proud owner of the Spiral Scouts. Again, I have no idea what this game is, but I own it, and now you own it. Let's go to let's oh no, let's go here. Let's see. September 2018. Do I have anything good from there? Yes. Okay. And Nick. Okay. Copying. Copy. You are now the proud owner. Oh, Control D. Send email of something called Zombie Night Terror, which it's got zombies. It's at night. It's very scary, apparently. So there you go. Did I send some horny game to Avery? I'm sorry. I honestly, I you want another one? I got here. Nah, I've already given. What did I send? I forget what I said. I closed the window, didn't I? Did I close the window? No, not Dirt Rally. Anyway, okay, enough silliness. Oh, join Ramee, the newest member of Spiral Scouts, on her slaptastic puzzle-solving adventure through a world of crazy characters and redonkulous realms. Experience a fart-warming tale of personal growth, self-discovery, poop, wieners, and butts. That's what I gave you.
In other words, an educational game.
Carrie wants it. Okay, I'll give you another one. How about this? Wait. Now I have to scroll up to find Avery's email address again. Avery. Okay. Give that one to Carrie. Hopefully you can. And I will give you Avery. I'm sure this is wholesome. I will give you Battle Chef Brigade. It's got battles and cooking. So now you are part of the Battle Chef Brigade. Okay, so welcome to our discussion, our debrief about what I call the fairy ARG. Although, was there a name for the ARG? Did either the players or the creators name it? Ashley joined from a Reddit post. Welcome. Carrie doesn't give me a gift option. Oh, but I think I can gift it. I don't know. I'm not sure. What's done is done. Justice for Gunther. Gunther McIntyre's crazy adventure. Fairy Hunter, sometimes I called it. Okay. So just like last time, I'm going to ask somebody from among the players. Can you tell me the story of what happened? Of not necessarily what you did yourself, as in then I saw this code and I solved it by doing this and this and this, but rather I got this strange message, and then I met this guy named Gunther, and he was hunting fairies, and so we did this and this and this. Um, Especially, can you tell me what the good guys wanted, what the bad guys wanted, uh, who got what they wanted, and oh, it started with Cletus. Yes, that's right, Cletus. So can you tell me where did it start? How'd you find it? And what did you do? What happened? I was just no. Keep going. It's an anime cooking game. It started with a news article being infiltrated by fairies. Those news articles were scary, right? They looked weird. They looked demonic. I don't know. Low key spoopy, yes. And not what. So there are two kinds of fairies. There's like Tinkerbell, and then there's like the Wild Hunt that steals babies and puts changelings in cribs. Were these fairies more like the second kind? They reminded me of the Enrix website. I'm not familiar with the Enrix website. Steph just joined, by the way. It's Lamia. Hi, Lamia. So okay, so there was this weird newspaper, and from there you emailed the writer of the article named Jenny, and Jenny had a problem, or did she? How did we get from Jenny to Cletus? Yes, you emailed Jenny. Anybody want to talk? Anybody want to tell me the story? Come on. Don't leave me hanging here. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what the story is. But you had fun. Okay.
I can try to explain like the first 3 days.
Okay, Avery. Hit me.
So we were given the link to this website called the Worcester Bugle.
Mhm.
And that's where it started, and it was like it's supposed to be a newspaper, but it was all corrupted. The only thing we had was this article about Vine, but it was all weird looking and corrupted, and there was an email at the bottom that we could email. So we emailed it, and that was to Jenny Sloan.
Mhm.
And then we had to wait. Nothing else happened that day.
Mhm.
And then the next morning, Jenny emailed us back with a link to the Discord server and a different website that also had the same attacks. And that website linked to another website, and that website linked to another website. And then we got this like little chat box
Mhm.
where Cletus shows up, and he's like, I've been following your website history, and we need to talk somewhere. And he gave us this weird scrambled image that someone unscrambled, and it had his Twitter, his phone number, and a time to call him. So that's how we found his Twitter.
Right.
And then the next day was the last day I played. Oh, did you have a question?
So well, it's just the image is behind Zach, right? He's waving like, "Hey,
I don't
everybody,
have
look at the image."
images. I can only see you, Dean.
Oh, okay. Well,
I can see it.
yeah. So I'm just pointing it out to everybody else. So
I honestly, it completely blanking on what happened that morning.
mhm.
There was something.
I think there was a Reddit post we got.
Yeah, there was the Reddit post.
everlasting Reddit.
Yeah, the everlasting Reddit, which didn't really give us anything.
Griffin
Later.
says something about the
It was for
peanut
later, but
tragedy.
I stopped playing at that point. And then we called Cletus at 7 p.m.
Uh-huh.
And I never re-listened to the call because I never had time, so I have absolutely no idea what he said because it was impossible to hear him.
It was so
But
hard
some
to hear.
fairies were also on it, and it was impossible to hear them too. And that's when I stopped playing.
So
So someone else was
Cletus-
to take over.
So let me try and put this together. Cletus was a fairy hunter.
Originally.
Kind of. Yeah, seemed that way. His Twitter was very fun. I messaged him a few times.
Oh, I'm sorry. My phone is ringing. I'm gonna mute for a second. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. It was nothing. It's always horrible nothings. Okay, so Cletus was some kind of fairy hunter. He was paranoid, or he was. I imagined him a grizzled old man running around in
He
the
lived
woods.
in a bunker.
Yeah, shooting
I think he was
fairies with a shotgun.
54.
Yes, he's younger than I am, but I still imagined him as a grizzled old man, which I guess makes me a grizzled old man. Um, so can somebody pick it up from when you talked to Cletus or when you heard Cletus's phone? Somebody who played rather than somebody who made. Does anybody know what Cletus said? Can we?
I could not understand what he said.
Do we have that file? Can anybody play it? I can, or point me to it. No.
We
Anybody?
got the
Anybody?
radio recording.
We got the radio recording, but
It was like something along the lines of Cletus was trying to tell us something important in his secure bunker, but the fairies like got into the phone line, and I don't remember like the exact thing, but we were told they would see us again real soon, and it was like real spooky.
okay. Lena says, couldn't tell what they said. They posted the transcript, something about gay rights. Everybody's yelling gay rights now. I missed it. We're talking about her background. Oh, okay. Sorry. Cool. I thought Cletus was suddenly for gay rights. And that's fine too. So okay, so can somebody?
The general headcanon is that he is gay.
Oh, okay. Does Cletus canonically support gay rights? Fairy hunter and gay right activist. Cletus and Gunther can be gay on a road trip together. Now, we're into fan fiction, I think.
If you're on the Discord, I just posted the call recording.
Okay. I am in what we know so far.
I put it on general.
Okay. Okay. So why not? I'll share this screen. Share screen. General Discord share. Let's share this. Oops. Got to stop the share because once again, I forgot to click share sound. Share. Okay.
Hello? You there? Can't hear you. Must be this goddamn cell service. Swear I pay them companies a month for the rent and they give nothing to show for it. Getting off track. Can't hear you, so sure as I hope you can hear me, because if not, this whole thing's for nothing. So I'm just going to ramble on. Now listen to me. Fairies have gone into the World Wide Web, and surprisingly, the government ain't a part of it. At least not yet. They've been going around brainwashing people. No one's safe, except me, of course, since I gusted up my old bunker from the Illuminati Wars. Now, I don't know what them fairies are fixing to do, but I do know it can't be anything good. Some of the stuff is hidden right in front of your eyes, so you're just going to have to... Hell. Some of them are forcing their way into the call. That shouldn't be possible. Unless, of course... God damn it. You led them right to me. Can't have this call be traced back to my bunker, so you're on your own.
Thank you, Cletus. Hey, don't run away from me. Fiddlesticks. You're not on me. Oh, it's
that's kind of ominous. Okay. Stop the share. So that was the call, or was that the radio? That was the call. That was the call. Okay. Good recording, I thought. I guess everybody's cell phones are terrible. So once we got the call, Cletus says we're on our own, and the fairies say they'll be seeing us real soon. What happened then? Who is Gunther? He's a bowling champ. Okay.
He wasn't supposed to be an important character, but everybody loved him.
Oh, is that what happened? He was like attacked, but didn't end up dying like he was supposed to in the car crash.
Okay. Somebody's kid or little brother is here. Or maybe fairies. I don't know. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 5. My son. Oh, okay, Ashley. Everyone thought it was related, but it was supposed to be nothing. So what were you supposed to do from Cletus? We got to the phone call, and then the phone call doesn't seem to go anywhere. The phone call just kind of says, I'm off. I was going to tell you everything. The fairies are in the World Wide Web. Nick wants to know, was the attack on him related? Makers? Yes, no? Was the attack on Gunther related? Next was the email from Lazuli or Lazuli. And what did Lazuli want?
She was giving us protection.
Okay. Was she a fairy?
I believe so.
She was a fairy. I skipped a day. Okay. Fill me in. I'm trying to pull it out of you. I'm pulling. Help me. Lazuli was the fairy queen. Okay. And what were we supposed to do for Lazuli? What did she want? And where was the cult in all of this? There was the post on Cletus's Twitter with the ship and the email with his secret Google Drive.
Yeah, the Google Drive was next. That's what he emailed us, the Reddit and the Google Drive.
Okay. So was Lazuli in danger of getting killed? Was this whole thing to get the fairies onto the World Wide Web? But they were already on the World Wide Web. I'm trying to get to what was the point of it all. What were we trying to do? I think originally the article was just filler and was unrelated, but then the players liked Gunther, so we tied the attack to the cult story. I forgot about all that. The cultists were trying to steal the fairies' power of being in the internet to be immortal. Ooh, wow. And Spencer, info dump, got some background on the cult. So there's this cult, the Everlasting, and they seem to be seeking immortal life. For whatever reason, desperation, they turn to the internet and decide to live there instead, making them effectively immortal. This requires the use of fairies to immortalize the cultists on the internet, because magic, they're hacking into websites and causing tragedies for some reason. I'm assuming attention to grow their cult, immortalize more people, send a message of mortality to make their cult more appealing. Okay, so now I think I'm getting it. We got the cult that wants to be immortal, and to do it, they've got to transmogrify onto the World Wide Web. We've got fairies that were classically in forests, but now they've already migrated to the internet. And the cult has discovered these fairies, and they are trying to steal the fairies' power in order to immortalize themselves, to make themselves immortal. Cletus was originally afraid of the fairies, but then he realized they were good and that they were helping against the everlasting, I think. Also, they made peanuts very expensive. Okay. And in the end, we had to kill cultists and save fairies, basically. Right? And where was Cletus at the end? Why wasn't Cletus helping us kill cultists? Because I imagine Cletus running around with a shotgun, shooting cultists. In the end, Gunther and Cletus got together to go fishing. Gay rights. Cletus or Gletus.
He said that the reason he wasn't going to do it was that he was hot on their radar.
Okay. Hey, Ashley, I feel for you. Lockdown is fun. Imagining Cletus as Doom Guy now, just blasting cultists left and right. Yes, your child is very good at the alphabet. Okay, so we got that. It only took us, I don't know, 20 minutes. So question for players. Was there any time you were confused? Like me, you didn't know what to do next, you wanted to keep going, or you were staring at some mishmash of letters and numbers, and you just didn't know what to do with it? Was there a time when you were frustrated?
It was hard to know the password to get into the game at the end. So
Okay.
I think how the person who figured it out, he went into the source code, but I'm not sure how we were to figure it out.
So that was me who figured that out. So we actually had a hint on that password screen because it said transcend right there, and that's one of the Zalgo phrases that we had from the start.
Yeah, it was
what I
supposed
actually
to be one of that phrase leading you to transcend the 10th dimension being repeated a bunch of times. So,
and after seeing that, it was so obvious and so obvious to me. But I actually found it by using the strings Unix utility, which just gets all ASCII viable strings from a file, and one of those strings was the password.
Okay, so apparently there was a whole puzzle involved to get you to that password that you brute force through by see. But this is the wonderful thing, like you do all this planning and you say, oh, they're going to find this clue and they're going to find this clue and they're going to put these things together and they're going to solve this puzzle, and then that'll give them the password to open up the software. And instead somebody does a scan of the software and pulls it out without ever looking at all your stuff. Neo, I'm a fool, probably the most confused when we had to find the radio, though. Yes, the radio was confusing. Does anybody have...
I made that problem. I'm the team lead of game design, so I can explain that nightmare.
Okay.
So what happened there is you guys were going through all of our puzzles in like 20 minutes, and we were thinking that we wanted you guys to take a bit longer and actually struggle through some of the puzzles. So we made an extra puzzle to try to get you to correct radio thing. And you guys never solved it. You just happened to find a location that was close enough to where the broadcast was coming from so that you were able to hear the edges of the broadcast, which is why it was so hard for you guys to hear, because you were listening out of the wrong location.
You were supposed to listen from Milford, Pennsylvania, and instead they listened from Washington. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Yep. What the puzzle was is, so there were towns, and the number after the town was the distance to Milford. So if you in miles, so if you triangulated it, you would have gotten to Milford, and that is one of the places you could listen out of.
Yeah. According to Ben, Cletus tried to rectify that, but the damage was done. Yeah.
I mean, eventually you got the town names. You just never figured out the miles.
I just think it's great how everybody, how the puzzles got solved, but not necessarily how the makers of the puzzles expected you to solve them. Right? You found different solutions that they never even anticipated. Okay. So that explains why it was sounding so bad. Anything else? I'm curious because no one can. It was so hard to pull the story out of all of this that was it just, oh, we have to do this now? Yeah, you listened to the phone call from the wrong location. Yes.
It was not the phone call. You got the phone call right. It was
Oh.
the radio broadcast from the wrong location.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Radio broadcast Sunday night.
Sorry, my bad. So what kept you going? Why, like, you're not from, so those of you who are not students, this was a class project for a storytelling in games class. And one of their mandates was to try to attract and engage people who are not in the class. So they succeeded in that. They succeeded wildly. I see at least 3 people here who are not in the class. So big thumbs up to 4 p.m. So I'm curious with what was intriguing, what was exciting, what was your favorite moment? Where was it the characters? Did you everybody loved Cletus. Everybody was checking Cletus's Twitter account. Cletus would reply and talk to you. Who was Cletus? Who was writing Cletus? Ashley loved working together to get 666 cultists. 6,666. Why are you yelling at Ben?
Ben was the one who was Cletus.
Yeah, I came up with the character in Gunther.
Congratulations, Ben. That was that seems to be the pull. The one character can resonate with people and get people to come and just talk, right? I had a blast killing cultists, especially because every time I screwed up and I lost the game, I could check how far along we were, right? So even losing the game gave me a reward of letting me check to see how close we were to finishing. Spencer says, person who invited him was cool, so that inspired him to keep playing. And as a cybersecurity student, the cryptology puzzles were quality. Absolutely.
Thank you. I was thinking that they're kind of sad because you broke them so fast. Yeah.
So I'm seeing both story and gameplay had pulls for different people, right? So a bunch of codes will attract one kind of person, and talking to a character will attract another kind of person. So that's exciting. Shout out to Shane for making a final day game. Yeah, Shane, great final game, and integrating it so that we all were playing together was kind of key. I honestly was not like, when I started clicking it, I was like, well, how are they gonna record the clicks, the successes? And it just worked. So I didn't question it. It could have been just timed, like it could have been all fake, and I would have still bought it, right? I don't know if it's true, is what I'm saying.
So Cletus was the one who sent them the link to download the game.
Yeah.
And originally we were gonna have him say in that email, like, send a screenshot of your score at the end of every play session, and then we were gonna have to like count it up ourselves.
Yeah.
But Shane was able to make it so that it communicated between all the people who had played. I have no clue how I did that. I literally have no clue. But
well,
he did a great job.
Yeah. Also, when it started doing that, I was like, Windows Firewall didn't pop up and say, this wants to talk on the internet. Do you want to allow it? That seems strange. And it didn't ask me if I wanted to allow communication on the internet. So as a cybersecurity person, Spencer, probably it might be a little dangerous in terms of software installing on your machine, but we're all friends here.
Yeah, the having it auto update the score is the reason. It was originally supposed to be a browser game, but
that would have made sense.
Posting it on the website, it could not actually communicate with the database on the website. So it was just something with the back end on where we could have hosted it that it just couldn't do the communications.
Right.
So
Windows,
repeating what Shane said.
Jared says Windows made it very clear that running it might not have been safe. Yes. Even downloading it, I think Google said, we can't check this. You sure you want to do it? And after Google said that, then I said, yeah, download it. And then once it got here, it said, we don't know about this software. Are you sure you want to do this?
I think that's just something it does with anything it doesn't recognize.
Well, there are levels, because remember, I'm the guy who installed all the student projects and played them on Twitch, right?
Fair enough.
So I was getting it a lot, and there are various levels of how much Google and Windows say, are you sure? You really sure? And I seem to see like 1, 2, and 3. Liv says the antivirus stuff on her computer had to say I was very sure like 7 times. Unity and Unreal executables, both. Windows doesn't really like them. Well, it's mostly because it's trying to preserve a kind of professional infrastructure where you have to, kind of register things. And maybe that's keeping smaller things from being downloaded. So anyway, it was also, it felt dangerous, right? It felt like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to get the cult? I'm going to do it. And just that I was on the Discord at that point when it said, when somebody first posted the game, they said, oh, we're at 700 something. This is, it needs 6,666. We'll be there in no time. And the sarcasm coming off that was huge. and then 15 minutes later, we were at 4,000, right? And there was this build. So we had some great moments here, right? We had talking with Cletus. You guys made a character who was a minor character into a major character. You makers, you ran with that. So you should be proud of yourselves for not only introducing a character that everybody liked, but then giving us more of that character because we liked him, right? Yeah, memes are bound to happen. Okay, so do we have questions either from the makers to the players or the players to the makers? Anything you want to ask? Anybody? Nick says my question was about Cletus and is answered. What was Cletus? Were Cletus and Gunther in love? Was that the question? Oh, who made Cletus? Oh, okay. So Ben. They are in love now. That's up to interpretation. Well, I'm glad you know each other because they're deaf on a road trip. Anything else? I'm just putting it out there. This is your chance.
I can provide like an answer to confusion I noticed like while people were playing. Like it's like after the radio broadcast, people were trying to figure out like numbers like then like letters they heard during that, and that was actually just a ham radio call sign that I legally have to do every 10 minutes that I'm broadcasting on the radio. So sorry for the confusion with that.
Okay, so yeah, when you're so that was an actual ham radio broadcast, which is kind of funny that you can hear ham radio over the internet. What do the players feel about the cultist video thing? Hanwen put a lot of time into it.
Oh, yeah, I put in a lot of effort, like setting up the like filming for that too.
Yeah. Nice Tiamat statue. Loved the cult video. The video was great. I thought it was great. Once again, you should be proud of yourselves. Stanley thought it was amazing. Aren't you in this class, Stanley? You can still think it's amazing. Did Gunther have a mole in the Discord that gave him info for his tweets?
Anyone could look at the Discord. Me and Xavier were in it, and then Jaden was Jenny. So at least 3 of us. I don't know anymore.
I was in it. Bogan is great.
Yeah.
I just kind of showed up, didn't say anything. Just like
So the answer is yes. There were many moles.
Or I like the
Also-
like, explanation of like him just because like Cletus is a hacker, like he hacked into the Discord to like observe what you guys were up to.
Yeah, that was our like thought process. But
Also, like a lot of people in like everybody in our group had like access to Jenny's stuff, although I was mostly in charge of acting as her. Other people could look like access the account and see what she was doing. So people were doing that. So pretty much anybody could have seen the stuff going on.
Okay, so it was no secret. The Discord was wide open. I left myself invisible there, and I would forget that I was invisible and say something, and then everything would get real quiet. As though like we're talking here, da 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 da. Oh, Dean's watching. So I always thought that was funny after it happened. Although maybe I'm just reading too much into it. Stanley likes complimenting artists. I admire the things that I cannot do. Very good, Stanley. Nick, I did have to call you out for unrelated content, though. Like what?
The
Mr.
memes.
The memes. Memes happen. Didn't we have a whole thing about accusing Cletus of being a boomer? And then I pointed out that he's younger than I am.
I remember
he's
that.
Gen
That was
X.
funny.
Cletus is not a boomer. I'm not a boomer. It cuts off 1 year before me. It cuts off in 1963 as the end of the boomers. I am Gen X. Go watch Reality Bites. It's the Gen X movie. Yeah. Cletus is totally not a boomer. No, that's not true. Millennial. Gen Z, thank you very much. Okay, well, we have degenerated. So I'd like to thank you all. I think you did a great job making this. I think you also did all you players, you guys were on it. You were on point. You solved it. You helped out the fairies. You killed the cultists. All my Fruit Ninja skills have paid off finally. 12 to the 6th minus 8 equals 64 for base 64. In case people were wondering about the TikTok Reddit post. Yes, Emily, say what you will.
As one of the producers, I just wanted to say that I'm really proud of our team and the amount of adapting that everyone was able to do and the communication levels. It really helped make things go smoothly, and I couldn't have been happier to have all of you to work on this project with.
Absolutely. Thank you, Emily. Yes, I think you all did a great job. Team love. Oh, yay. Yay. Oh, no, I can't do it. There it is. It takes me a while. So yeah, Fairy Gang Rise Up. This was a nice little 6-day diversion for people looking for things to do. Shout out to Rachel for the broadcast. Great work, Rachel. Shout out to all the art. You guys had great art. Tech wizards. The great characters. I think you did a really good job and you should be proud of yourself. Okay, well, shout out to Ben for creating the greatest romance this side of the Mississippi. Okay, so I am done. Don't forget to fill out your course evaluations if you're in the course. If you're not in the course, thanks for playing. I run this course every spring, so start looking usually the last week of April for mysterious happenings, because there's always some mysterious happenings during ARG season. And you can play every spring, and we can do this online. That's also the kind of amazing thing. I thought we had better engagement this year when it was entirely online than when you had to be on campus and go running around campus looking for things. Some of the moments on campus can be kind of fun, but very few people can participate in an on-campus thing, whereas online, anybody who pays attention can be part of it. Ashley says, if you guys want to join some other ones, I'm a moderator of a pretty big one on Discord. Okay, put a link. Give us a link. Give us an invite. Yes? No? Give us a trailhead. Give us a rabbit hole. If you
Okay,
look,
one sec.
okay. Yes, Karen, we will talk. Okay, we have a link. I'm gonna copy this and put it in the Discord. Why not?
And there's the Reddit. It's a pretty big one, web series that's going on online.
I am Sophie. Okay, I'm gonna copy both of them. 4 p.m. Okay, general. Other ARG that's happening. We all found this other one called SKC Stone Keep Castle that we started playing about a week before we started, and then frankly I started this stuff, and with the end of school I fell off of Stone Keep Castle. SKC org. Zach was playing it. Liv from the other class has a whole group playing it. Okay. I have. Oh, thank you, Griffin. Okay. So that's all the time we have. This is the last class of the year. Thanks for stopping by every week at 4, or almost every day at 4. We'll be around. And enjoy your summers. Go outside, but wear a mask and wash your hands. 3 p.m. class is best. 4 p.m. forevers. 3 more assignments and then I'm done with college. Good for you, Jared.
It's awesome. Anything else graduating?
1 more assignment for Nick. I have a pile of grading to do, and then I'm done.
Very good. Congratulations.
And I apologize to everyone whose things I haven't graded. That's all I'm going to be doing for the next 5 days, except on Saturday when I'm not going to do it. No, Nick, you can't have.
He had to give it one last try. It's the end of the semester.
I taunt you with Persona 4. And the bear. Look, the bear is eating Persona 4.
Looks like the bear's eating it. Slobbering all over it.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys all have a great summer. Hopefully we'll see you in person in the fall. But if not, hopefully we'll see you in tiny little windows and you'll be safe and healthy. Thank you all.
See ya.
Bye-bye.